Hello, Mountain View families. Today's the exciting day for those of you that are in Latte and Kennedy's litter. This is our matching video. We're going to go over some information here at the beginning, and then we'll get into the exciting puppies at the end. So hang with us, and ready or not, here we go. Before we get to the exciting puppies that I know you're waiting to see, I want to take just a second to talk about what to expect in this matching process and what is coming your way. So, depending on which litter you're in, you may be in a litter that is very similar in color. And so from top to bottom, they're going to be a very similar color. And so it's really going to allow us to focus on personality matches first. Yes, there's always gender interests that are involved, but finding that great personality match is the most important thing. Maybe you're in a litter that has very unique colors. And so from puppy to puppy, it is going to range of what they look like in terms of not only their tonality, but maybe their markings or very specific things. So depending on what litter you're in, what I'm about ready to say really stems for both cases, but it's going to be a little different depending on the litter that you're in. But what I have encouraged you through this entire process is to not only trust the process, but to not really zero in on one puppy. But now that we are here at this matching process, attached to this video, what you are going to see is an email where I'm asking some questions. And some of those questions may feel a little bit redundant, where I've already answered this many times to you in email, or this was definitely in our application. Robbie, why are you asking me this again? What I encourage you to do is to answer those questions, because it's just an opportunity for us to not only reiterate the answers that you are going to provide for us, but it's also an opportunity to make sure that your opinions haven't changed. And what we have found out in all the years that we've done this is many times families fill out that application and they find out by the time we get to this matching phase that their opinions have even changed, whether that be gender, whether that be color, whether that be size or disposition. Their opinions have changed as they have seen the process unfold and see the weekly pictures and the updates and all of that. So I encourage you to really think about the answers you're going to provide. You can be as simplistic as you want, or you can be as detailed as you want, but the more information you provide is just going to be fantastic for us. Some of the questions in there are going to be about confirmation in terms of body structure, color of nose, anything like that you're curious of, or that are really important to you. But another thing that we have in there that's really important is finding out, is there children in the home, or are they going to be around children a lot? Maybe that's grandkids, or maybe that's nieces and nephews, or maybe that is just kids that are in your neighborhood that the dogs are going to be around quite a bit. But making sure that we understand if they're going to be around children a lot, or if it's going to be a rare occurrence or just out on the street somewhere. In addition to that, we're going to be asking training questions. Are you planning to crate train? Do you have a training plan of taking them to puppy classes, or using Baxter and Bella, or maybe doing a combination of the two, or your own experience? That's going to help us as we frame which puppies are going to fit best with you and their tendencies based on your philosophy of training. And then finally, one of the most important questions that we're going to ask you is the big question. Is there any puppies from an aesthetic standpoint, and an aesthetic standpoint only, that are really standing out to you? Puppies that really just catch your eye week after week from the pictures. And it is really hard to not answer that question when you are factoring in potential markings. So again, depending on the litter that you're in, there may be a puppy that just has grabbed your heartstrings just because they have little cute white boots, or maybe they have party markings that are all over them, or maybe they're solid in color and that's what you've been looking for. And it's really hard to not just zero in on one puppy. We completely understand getting a puppy is really fun and exciting, and making sure that you are finding just the right one is just so tantalizing in the emotions that you are wanting to make sure that the personality fits. But in addition, if the personality is right, this is really the one that I want. What we encourage you to do is rank the puppies. In our questions, we talk about listing 3, but what I encourage you is, whether there's 5 puppies in the litter, 6, maybe there's 10 puppies in the litter, however many puppies are in your litter, we encourage you to rank them 1 to 10. And that doesn't mean that you are saying, oh, I'd absolutely hate it if I got matched with number 10, but it allows us to understand what you guys are thinking from an aesthetic standpoint and what you're looking at. And then it's the hard question that so many people struggle to answer. And that is the following question of, are there any puppies that you see that you're really struggling with thinking about taking that puppy home? Maybe it's a certain color that you're not interested in. Maybe they just have seemed aloof to you from day one. Or maybe it's just a gender thing, that I'm really not interested in this one gender. We trust your process, but if we can get this one gender, we would appreciate it. We completely understand that. List it down there so that we know. And maybe there's those of you that look at those two questions of what puppies do I like and what puppies do I not like, and you think to yourself, I'd be happy with any of them. I trust your process, and I just want whatever puppy you think is best for me. You'd be surprised how many people answer those questions that way. We're not going to rank them. There's no puppy we'd be disappointed with. And Mountain View team, we just trust you with whatever puppy you think is best for us. So if that happens to be you, feel free to answer those questions that way. As we go through this video, what you're going to be seeing me do is I'm going to be holding each puppy individually. You're going to see me manipulating their body a little bit. If you see them be a little unsure, this is an elevated table that I have them on. And so they're very aware that they're up off the ground. And at this stage, puppies like to be 2 feet in the front, 2 feet in the back, firm on the ground, and they want to feel secure. And so even though they might have that here on this table, being elevated, they're very aware that if they were to fall, they're going to fall. And all the way to the ground. And so don't read too much if a puppy looks a little unsure, a little nervous. There's also lighting in here. It's a whole different ball game for them from their play space downstairs, where they're feeling more comfortable and feeling a little bit more sure about themselves. So don't read too much into the disposition. That being said, you're going to see puppies be very calm in my hands. You're going to see just the trusting nature in every puppy. Keep in mind, they're 6-week-old puppies, which means that their personalities are still developing. But you're going to see just the loving nature in each puppy and just how adorable they are. I'm going to do my best to show you the unique markings in each puppy, the unique sizing. I'm going to go over what to expect of the future sizing of these dogs. So you're going to hear all that information from me. And then at the very end, what I encourage you to do is then respond to the email. Take your time, take a few days if you need to. We ask that you get back to us as soon as you are comfortable, as soon as you're ready. If we haven't heard from you about a day or two before matching, we will reach out to you to make sure that we get the information from you. Then what we do is we take all that information that you have done, and then we apply it to our information that we have worked on from day 1 all the way to the very end. And so what we do is every single day we are testing these puppies. We are temperament testing them. We are evaluating. Each stage is something different. From when they're young and their eyes aren't open, we're evaluating them in a very different way of how they react to certain textures, how they're reacting to being held in certain ways. As they get older, it's more interactive. It's how they interact with us when we're feeding them. It's how they interact when we're holding them. It's how they interact maybe when my children are interacting with them. And so we put them through various stages, and it's a whole algorithm that we use to put together not just one evaluation of a puppy or one day where maybe they have a good day or a bad day, but it is a course evaluation all the way through from day 1 to the matching day at 7 weeks. We take that information, we match it with the information that you have provided for us, and that gives us a couple puppies that we can say, okay, here's some great options for this family. And then what we do is we evaluate that through the whole litter, and then we pick out the puppy that we think is going to thrive in your home. What I can tell you is that there is a chance you're going to get your first puppy on your request list that you absolutely adore and you're hoping that you get. There is a chance that you don't get your first puppy, but most families get one of their top options. And in very rare cases, that is not the case, but we go through a very strenuous process with you to make sure that you know why we are matching this puppy with you and why we think this puppy is going to thrive with you. We take this matching process very seriously. We have had nothing but success over the last 20 plus years doing it this way. If you have any questions about our matching process, we want to be very open and honest throughout the whole thing and make sure that you feel comfortable, because this is going to be a new member of your family. And we want to make sure that you are very comfortable and absolutely thrilled with the puppy that you're getting matched with. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We're excited to finalize this process with you. And then here in just 2 short weeks, we're going to be placing a puppy in your arms, and it's going to be an exciting day for all of us. So without further ado, here we go. Here's some puppies. This is Pink Girl, and she's our lone girl from this litter. She's got just an adorable face, really soulful eyes, great personality on her. As you see, when we're stacking here, we're looking at great lines with her back as well as her hip and elbow joints. She's structured extremely well with that beautiful saber tail. Great back structure to her as well as rib cage. Her coat is very nicely put together. So it's got a little bit of a two-tone look, which means it may get lighter, may get darker, but as I rub my hand up that backside, you can see just the 2 different looks. So definitely falling into that apricot red range. And only time will tell where her final coat color will sit, but she's gonna have a beautiful wavy fleece coat to her that is nice and structured. Personality-wise, she is just an absolute sweetheart, very lovable, very trusting. She's got great snout lines, really nice ear set that just frames out her overall face. The link showing that she's got a little bit of growth still to go, and she's just an adorable Australian Labradoodle, everything you look for in a pet, and she's going to make a great option. So this is Red Boy, and he is just a great conformed dog. His conformation is fantastic. His shape on the top of his head is everything I'm looking for in an Australian Labradoodle. You can see in his structure, he is just structured extremely well. Latte and Kennedy did fantastic with these puppies. Great saber tail to him, and just overall structured extremely solidly. His overall coat, you can see again that two-tone look. Only time will tell if he's going to get darker or lighter. He carries the potential for both genes of getting lighter or darker. So only time will tell about 6 months with these puppies of what they're going to look like at full growth. But he's going to be in that apricot red range as well. Personality-wise, he is extremely trusting, a little bit more laid back, kind of a come see, come saw attitude, but definitely wants to please, is always looking for eye contact from me and wanting to do what I'm asking him to do. Extremely smart, and you can just have a great pet in this one. This is Blue Boy, and great things come in small packages. He's the little guy from the litter. Absolutely adorable. He's got fantastic features, but everything on him is a little bit more dainty. As we go to stack him here, you can see just overall size, he's a little bit smaller than his litter mates, but he is doing fantastically well. That nice little white tip at the edge of his tail that won't be that noticeable as he gets older, but it's definitely a fun little cute trait that he has, but still very solidly structured for his size. As I pull him up and look at his coat, again, you can see a little bit of two-tone, but he is more solid colored all the way through. So I anticipate him to remain a little bit darker as he gets older. Personality-wise, he is just a little love bug. He loves my attention. He loves to snuggle. He plays with my children very well. He is just an extremely smart, I would even say a little bit witty boy. Great soulful eyes, great snout lines, nice structure to those ears, even though they're a little bit smaller right now. And he is just a fantastic pup. This is Green Boy, and he is structured extremely well. A little bit smaller on his ears as well. The top of his head is structured just fantastically. Nice wide lines there. As I go to stack him, you can see he is nicely structured also. A little bit smaller than a couple of his litter mates, but he's right there in the middle. Going to be a really solid size. Nice little white tip there at the edge of his tail as well. And coat-wise, he definitely has a little bit of a two-tone look again that you keep hearing me say. So again, only time will tell, but he's going to have a beautiful, gorgeous fleece coat to him. Really soft and everything I'm looking for with that. His nice white markings are one of the first things that stand out to you. Nice boots that you're going to see all the way through his life. Really nice personality. He is definitely a little bit of a confident boy. He knows what he wants, knows where he wants to go, and his favorite pastime is tug-of-war at the moment. He is got a fun personality, but definitely one that once he's trained, he's going to be fabulous, but those early stages is going to be a little bit strong-willed. This is Orange Boy, and from a structure standpoint, he's structured really well. Not necessarily the most blocky, but definitely a solid boy in his overall structure. As I go to stack him here, you can see just really nice structured legs, long legs to him. Definitely a little bit more of a pronounced white tip to his tail there, but really nicely structured in his joints and his overall back there. Everything I'm looking for. As I pull him up here and you can see his coat a little bit more, he does have that two-tone, but it's a little bit less. I anticipate him to kind of fall in that apricot range as well. Maybe getting into the red, but a little bit more on the apricot side. His white markings are a little bit more dramatic. Personality-wise, he is just the most trusting out of the litter. Definitely follows me wherever I go, but he has a strong will to him as well. So when it's food time or toys or anything like that, he wants what he wants, but he is a definite sweetheart. So those are the puppies. I hope you enjoyed seeing them. This has been such a fantastic litter, and we're excited to hear from you, go through the process with you, and then find just the right puppy for each and every one of you. As you go through this process, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let us know. And in 1 short week, we're gonna be matching you with your forever puppy, and in 2 short weeks, we're gonna be placing it in your arms. We can't wait for that day, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.